Hi friends, welcome to AhiluArts channel. I am Uma. In this video we are going to see how to make this beautiful crocodile stitch scarf. Okay, this one I am making for one of my friends and I thought this is a beautiful pattern to share, so I'll be doing the same pattern on how to do this. My suggestion is, to start this project you have to have two things. First thing, you have to have more of one particular yarn, or many colors of many yarn bundles of different yarn if you are choosing to go with the multicolor scarf. Okay, and second thing is, as you all know, crocodile stitch is a yarn eater stitch, so unless you have adequate yarn, make sure don't choose this pattern. But if you choose this with if you do this with the correct colors and correct size, it will be the fantastic gift to anyone. They really do feel that you love them. So let's start doing this. We have already actually have done for fingerless gloves in crocodile stitch pattern, and neck warmer in crocodile stitch pattern, so I'll share those videos in the description links also, so check out those two. And now we are going to see this simple elegant crocodile stitch scarf. Okay, so in order to start this, if you see here, in all the rows, every rows we have scales, right? Each scale I call it a set. One scale row I call it a set because there are two rows in each set. There will be a double crochet row, and then on the double crochet row we will work the scale row. So the double crochet row and the scale row, both of the rows has comprised of this one set. Okay, so each set will have, in the first set we have 1 2 3 4 scales, and in the second set we have 1 2 3 4 5 scales. So only these two set, which is only these 4 rows, will be repeating all the way through the end. So if you see here, the third set consists of 1 2 3 4 scales, and the fourth set is 1 2 3 4 5 scales, right? So the same, we are going to repeat the same 4 rows to do the 2 sets again and again to reach to do the whole scarf. And you can continue till the size you want, according to whom you are making. If it is a teen size, you can make it with 50 inches long, and if it is an adult size, you can make it with 60 inches, and the regular and the default width is 6 to 7 inch. Okay, so let's start doing this. I am taking a 4-ply yarn with 5 mm hook. If you are taking 4-ply yarn, according to the width of the yarn, because we know Karen Simple Soft will be having different texture rather than the Red Hot with Love or Red Hot Super Saver, right? So you can vary your hook size from 5 to 5.5 and 6 according to the thickness of the yarn. Okay, so again, when the hook size increases, the scarf size also increases, right? So now to start this, we'll do a slip knot. I'm going to do all the 4 rounds on camera so that you won't miss any information on doing that, because the whole scarf is just the repetition of the 4 rows, right? So start doing 18 chains. Okay, we need 17 stitches to start. So I'll always do any project, I'll start with a single crochet so that I'll have at least a stiff edging. Okay, so in order to have 17 stitches, we need to have 17 single crochet, we need to have 18 chains, right? So I'm doing 18 chain. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Okay, you all know that we always work on the back bump of the chain, not either the front or back loop, so that when we work we'll have a perfect V in here. Okay, let me close the window so that it will be less glare. Okay, alright, if you see, we have a perfect V at the ending also. So for that, what I'm doing is I'll work in the back bump. Alright, so this is not a chain, this is the loop, this is the first chain, so work from the second chain. Okay, let me count again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Okay, so work from the second chain from the hook, 1 single crochet, and this is what we'll do all the way till the first chain. So we'll have 17 stitches. Okay, one more thing about crocodile stitch is I prefer only either a solid color or the Caran Cakes yarn, which actually changes the color after quite some time. I won't recommend the multicolor yarn for this project, because it won't do justification for your work as well as the pattern. Okay, because we are struggling, we are using too much of yarn to each row, because for one scale at least we will be doing 10 double crochet each. One scale is having 10 double crochet, so this row alone have 40 double crochet and this row alone have 50 double crochet. So when you choose multicolor yarn, it won't do justification for your work and the pattern also. Okay, so either choose this solid color, at least 2 to 3 colors, 3 different colors which complements each other, or you can choose the Caran Cakes or mandala yarn. Okay, you can the best way to select colors is either go for a same shade of different shades of same color, or same shade of different colors. Okay, so in that way it will be complementing each other. Okay, now I have 17 single crochet, perfect finishing on both these sides. Okay, now what we are going to do is chain 4, which will be our first double crochet, and chain 1. Okay, turn your work, skip the first double crochet, skip the first single crochet because we have a double crochet for that, and skip the next second single crochet because we have a chain 1 for that, and in the third stitch you do 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. This 2 double crochet is where we are going to do the scale the next time. You see here, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, like that. So now after the 2 double crochet, chain 1. Remember, it's just a 2 double crochet, not a V stitch. V stitch will have chain 1 in between the 2 double crochets. Now we are just doing 2 double crochets, so no chain in between the 2 double crochets, and only after and before the 2 double crochets. So chain 1, skip the next stitch and 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 2 double crochets. Okay, since we are skipping the stitches, wherever we skip the stitch, that's the place we will do the single crochet. So chain 1, sorry, that's the place we do the chain 1. So chain 1, skip the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 2 double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, 2 double crochet in the same stitch, then chain 1, we have only 2 stitches, so skip the next stitch and double crochet in the last stitch. When you do a double crochet in the last stitch or any stitch for that matter, don't choose only the one loop because it will make an unwanted gap. So always choose both the loops of the stitch and do a double crochet. So in our 17 stitches we have 5 1 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5 1 double crochets and 4 2 double crochets, 1 2 3 4. So in these 4 2 double crochets we'll be having the scale, and this 1 double crochet we'll be having the end of the scale, which is nothing but a slip stitch. Okay, so now in order to start the scale, now listen very carefully. When you do a crocodile stitch, you will work from the top to bottom for one side of the scale and bottom to top for the next side of the scale. Okay, so now yarn over. Now we are going to work in the post of this double crochet like a front post. So yarn over, insert into the post of the 2 double crochet, first double crochet of the 2 double crochet, and do 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5. So now if you see, we are at the bottom of our work and our work is in the is reversed, so not reversed, rotated. So chain 1. Now we are going to work from bottom to top of the second double crochet of 2 double crochet. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now if you see, we are not turning our work, we are just rotating our work. Okay, so now we have completed 5 double crochet and 5 double crochet on this side. So now we reach the top. Now what we do, we have 1 double crochet next, right? So we do a slip stitch into the 1 double crochet like this. So we complete our first scale, right? The same thing we are going to continue in our all the 2 double crochets that is pending. So yarn over, hold it like this, hold the post like this, so you can do it. Do 5 double crochet in the post, 1 2 3 4 5. So we are at the bottom, chain 1, then bottom to top, hold this post, then do 5 double crochets, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now our work is on the right side. Then in the next double crochet, do a slip stitch. Okay, you may have to take out the hook, because when you rotate, when you keep on working and you rotate, your yarn may be turned and your hook may be on the opposite side, so it may be difficult to do a slip stitch like this. So you can take your hook out and then insert into the double crochet to do a slip stitch. Okay, so now we reach the next 2 double crochets and do 5 double crochet. 1 2 3 4 5. Now chain 1, rotate your work, hold this second double crochet post, then 1 2 3 4 5. You see, we have completed the 3 scales and remaining 1 scale is pending. So do the slip stitch into the next double crochet, and finally in the last 2 double crochets we do the last scale. So this is what I was saying, since we are rotating, our hook may be having an extra loop with a twisted yarn. You can take your hook out and continue. 1 2 3 4 and 5, chain 1, then hold the next post, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So we completed the 4th shell, that is the last scale of this row. And if you see here, we have started from the double crochet, so the scale is stiff. So like that we have to end it in this double crochet, which is a chain 4, so it will be stiff also. So do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the bottom, or 2nd chain from the top, so that it will be, again use both loops to do a slip stitch. If you choose only one loop, it will form a unwanted gap. We don't want that, so use any 2 loops. You don't have to choose the perfect V, you can choose any 2 loops to do the slip stitch. You see, now we completed the first 2 rows. Even though we have done 2 rows, it actually seems like only 1 row. Okay, so now we do the 3rd row, which is the double crochet row, and we do the 5 scale row. So these 2 will form our pattern, and we will repeat the same pattern. Okay, so if you see here, wherever we have shell in the first set, we don't have a shell in there. Wherever in between the shells, in between the scales, we have a scale, and exact center of the scale we don't have any. So it's like a crisscross pattern. So what we have to have, wherever there is a scale, we just have a double crochet. You see here, double crochet. Wherever there is the in between of 2 scales, we have the 2 double crochet, so that we'll have a scale in that place. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So wherever there is double crochet in the previous double crochet row, we'll do 2 double crochet. Wherever there is 2 double crochets, wherever there was 2 double crochets, we'll do 1 double crochet. So now chain 3, which is our first double crochet, and do a double crochet in the same stitch. You see, so this is the difference from the first double crochet row and the second double crochet row. Now chain 1 and do a double crochet in between the scale where there was 2 double crochet. Now chain 1, 2 double crochet. So what we have done in the double crochet row, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, right? So that is what we are doing now also. Chain 1, then 2 double crochet, where there was only one double crochet, which is in between the scales. Okay, so 2 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and since we had only slip stitch into the double crochet, it will be easy for us to do the 2 double crochets in this row. So chain 1 and 1 double crochet. Okay, now we have only 1 2 3 4 2 double crochets. We have started this row with the 2 double crochets, so we have to end it with 2 double crochet, right? Then only we will be having the 5 scale, right? So chain 1 and 2 double crochets at the end of the scale. Oops, sorry. So you see, so let me turn this and show you. So if you see here, wherever we had 1 double crochet, we have 2 double crochet in this third row. Wherever we had 2 double crochet, we have 1 double crochet in the third row. So this way we have got 1 2 3 4 5 2 double crochets and only 1 2 3 4 1 double crochets. Okay, so once you get the double crochet row, it will be very easy to continue the scale rows. Okay, so now since we had ended with 1 double crochet here, we have started with the 5 double crochet in the post directly, but here we have 2 double crochet. This is the only change in the scale row. That is why we have noted it as a 4 repetition of 4 rows. So chain 3, this will be our first double crochet, then do 4 more double crochet in the first double crochet's post, so that we'll have 5 double crochet for the first scale, right? 1 2 3 4. So including the chain 3, we have 5 double crochet. So now we are at the bottom. So chain 1, rotate your work, hold this post and do the next 5 double crochets of the scale. 1 2 3 4 and 5. Alright, see, now we have completed the first scale of the 4th row. Now next we will see 1 double crochet, we'll do slip stitch in that and then continue the same pattern what we have done for the second row, right? So hold this post and do 5 more double crochet. If you understand the pattern, you can forward the video and continue the same 5 double crochets, chain 1, 5 double crochets in the 2 double crochets, but I am doing it on camera because the beginners should not be confused, right? That's it. So 1 2 3 4 5, chain 1. So hold this next post, do 1 2 3 4 and 5. So second scale is done, and in this 1 double crochet we'll do a slip stitch. Now we will do the same. If you see here, we are making the scale in between 2 scales of the previous row, not on parallelly to the previous row scales. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 chain 1, rotate your work, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 3 scales done. Slip stitch into the next double crochet. Now one, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain 1 and hold the next post. Make sure you are holding only the next post, not the post of one double crochet. Okay, so since all the stitches are too close to each other, you may tend to hold the post of one double crochet, that is which may not be ending up well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then slip stitch into the double crochet. Then we have reached the last 2 double crochets to do our last scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain 1, and we'll do the last 5 double crochets into the chain 3, which was our first double crochet, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, listen carefully here. If we have done the 5th double crochet here, our row will end at the outer part, which we don't want, because we want to repeat the first row, right? First double crochet row, right? If we have if we ended here, then we may have to start with the 2 double crochet in here, which we don't want, because if we do that, then our scarf will be a triangle. So in order to avoid that, in order to come back to 4 stitches, what we do, after 4 double crochets, do 1, 2, 3 chains, because here we have started our row with the 3 chains, right? That was our first double crochet in this scale. So like the same way, our last double crochet in our last scale should be 3 chains and slip stitch into the gap. So this way we are in the middle of the shell, where we can start chain 3, which is our first double crochet, and chain 1, which we have done in here, right? And do 2 double crochet in between the scales where we had 1 double crochet in the previous row. So chain 1, one double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and the last 1 double crochet, right? So if we see here, we technically did the first double crochet row one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 double crochets for the 4 scales. So this is how we will repeat the same 4 rows. 1, and the second row is the scale row. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 rows we are going to continue again and again to make as long as we want, as long as the size of the scarf we want, and this is how our work will turn out. Okay, so if you try this out for definitely, and make sure you do this pattern, because we can have many more different new products with the crocodile stitch. Just now I remember we have a bag tutorial for that, so try practicing this scarf so that you understand this crocodile stitch pattern, so that you can make any projects you want. Okay, so try this out, share your photographs with me in either in Facebook group or in Instagram, and tag at AhiluArts, and like this video, share it with your friends, comment your suggestions in the comment section, do support us, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so that you never miss any video. Thank you so much. Bye, take care.